My name is Kevin Mahoney. I'm from Realstone Systems. I've been with Realstone for over 10 years. Before that, I did a stint with Latacrete, so I've got some decent installation knowledge. And before that, I was in the thin mill and coating business for concrete. So bringing all those things together and being able to talk about wonderful natural stone and the beauty of it and installing it correctly and how our team relays that information to you and your clients and your customers allows us to really have a value add proposition, and we love it. So thanks for being with us today. Let's get this thing rolling. We've got a chat. If you've got any questions, type them in the chat. This is a chat from Jen. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. You can type your questions here, and we'll try to answer during the presentation. That is accurate. Thank you, Jen. And if we don't know the answer, we'll get back with you. So once again, welcome. If you see anything behind me while we're talking, and I don't talk about it because I am in Troy, Michigan, which is outside of Detroit, happens to be a suburb of Detroit, real close. We also have warehouses in Denver and LA, Ontario. So if you see anything behind me, you want to talk about it, you want to see it, you want to stay after class and ask any questions, please do. We'd love to do that as well. So got some repeat offenders on here. Susan, welcome. Welcome back. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Start the presentation. Jen, I'm a little scared. I'm not trying to end the meeting. There we go. This World Wide Web is crazy. We got to figure it out. All right. Hey, welcome to Natural Stone and Tile for indoor and outdoor fireplaces. This is just a product presentation. So if you're expecting credit, I'm sorry. We do have a credit one next week, or I'm more than happy to give it to you one-on-one, or give it to your team members anytime, or your organization, whether you're a member of the IIDA or the ASID or AIA, please. Myself and my team are ready to give those video presentations for you if you need them. You know, Realstone Systems, it's so important to us. And at an initial look, a lot of times when people are, especially homeowners, because they get confused by the big box quality products, we never even compare with those. We can't compare on a price level, number one, because of all the value adds that we have in our products and the things we bring to market with them. We started as a 6x24 stone tile manufacturer, and through the years, between our relationships and our ability to manage relationships with overseas facilities and different countries of origin, we've been able to innovate, add products to our lineup, go from a company that just offered stone that was really just considered for some outside applications and some inside feature walls, to offering lineups for customers and clients that goes from Division 9 to Division 4, from residential to commercial, and has the quality to back it up and the support from our extremely talented staff that I love and love to work with every single day. Our customer service team is led by Jen, who's actually our production gal today, and she does a wonderful job of implementing processes that allow business to go smoother than it ever has with us. With all the shipping and packaging and things going different ways, especially now with COVID. Try to even get that trucker to be on time. And she manages all that, as well as managing incoming shipments and outgoing shipments for all you guys. Innovation, look, we talked a little bit about it, but when we talk about different products, we're more than just a 6x24 panel. We've got vitrified ceramic tile. We've got relationships with world-renowned tile designers, and we've got products coming from all over the globe. So we are able to pick and choose colors, trends, sizes, scopes, and even things that are trending that aren't available anywhere else. And then special orders. Sometimes special orders are things that we can actually take a look at it if your client thinks that up. Our products are the highest standards, and many of our products are ASTM tested for freeze thaw, which means we can use them inside or outside. One thing you'll notice today is how important that is, and even more so with people staying at home. We see a huge influx in residential going forward as people invest in their homes, they invest in their places where they feel safe, and we're seeing that outside be inside and that inside be outside and the transition places in between. We're seeing that every single day on our orders, our size of orders, our customers, and how we're doing business. Some of those things that make that experience wonderful are our support resources you'll find on our website, as well as something as simple as packaging and the way our products are packaged. So when they arrive to you, they look like they did on the website. Who's never ordered a Big Mac and opened it up and says, that doesn't look like the poster? I don't think it ever looks like the poster. Well, our stuff is packed and the boxes are sturdy and the straps carry the weight to pick up, and there's foam pieces in between them, and the glue in between the panels is a high quality epoxy so they don't fall apart in the box. All those things leading to when it's put on the wall, something that all you have to think about is how that makes you feel. And really, at the end of the day, we're all on this, and when we work with specifications and buildings, whether it's residential or commercial, how it makes you feel, how it makes you want to be in that space and to be in that room is really wonderful. And that's a great goal. And we love to be a part of that because it's so emotional and it's so fun when it's accomplished. Some of our products not only range from stone anymore, and most of these products on the page are stone, but at the bottom is actually a natural wood. Some of our wood comes from old reclaimed boats. Some of it comes from scrap teak, which is both wonderful and durable stones with different profiles and colorways. There's also a wood product on the bottom that you'll see on some of the outdoor fireplaces today, which is made out of 90% marble dust, 10% resin, made in a natural hickory mold with wonderful corners. It looks like wood, but it wears like stone. Turn the page. Who's old enough to have a 45 and you opened up the book and you sat there on the floor and it went ding, and then you turn the page? I am. And then you had to have the patience enough to flip that record over and listen to the rest of the story. Hey, many of our products are green, 50% pre-consumer waste, VOC-free adhesive, possible lead points, sometimes up to 3. And really minimize the use of natural resources by using offcuts, scraps, pre-industrial or post-industrial pre-consumer waste, as well as marble dust and low VOC epoxies on adhesives and additives. So important for us to give those options and talk about that too as well. We have professional tools where you can take our stone and actually put it on a rendering or picture that you have. We have hatch patterns, 3D warehouse, testing data like ASTM for freeze thaw, wet environments, cold environments. We have specifications and MSDSs for anything that's non-natural too as well. We love to work with customers large and small, sometimes being specified by a large company and having national accounts is a huge feather in our cap. But we also love the one-on-one relationships that we have, and you can reach out to any of our reps. And we love to just to hold your hand and walk you through those processes, and we realize the value of that too as well. Some of our professional resources, hatch patterns like this illustrate consistent inconsistency, meaning we really take each panel and make sure that it matches what you show in these hatch patterns. So it flows. There's not too many highs. There's not too many lows. The panels are perfectly square. They're not metric, and they go together. So once again, the end result looks like something in the bottom right-hand corner of that picture. Our catalogs are designed by colorway, much like a paint swatch, so you can make choices. While it doesn't really illustrate the scope and size of the stone, because we've got everything from MOSAICS on this page that are made from a lot of the same stone that our panels are, so you can mix and match those together, to large split face ledge stones that look like they're put up one at a time, but are actually on a system that allows you to install it 30 to 50% faster than any other stone. So just wonderful, wonderful options and the ability to actually put products together. The picture on the bottom right happens to be a white birch shadow stone, thin, and it has the Berkshire buff 12 by 24 panels to the left of the window. And I'm not a big bath guy, but heck, we'd pour a bubble bath and I'd get in there. Too much information. Cream, warm tones, we've categorized those together. Everything from our tiles to our stone. Our gray and black tones, we're seeing a huge trend in the gray and black tones with whites and blacks and those contrasting colorways that go together. The tub down there actually illustrates a fireplace and a tub, but you can see that corner is not a 90-degree corner. Something you don't think about is when you're making those design solutions for those unique shaped rooms, the ability to cut a stone for it to not fall apart on the wet saw is something that you don't hear from residential customers until they start to do it. But we do hear it from our repeat installers time and time again. They love working with our products. Consequently, they're able to install it better. And if you're a specifier or you've specified in a showroom, it looks wonderful. The earth tones, you'll see that those two top colors are terracotta and mountain rust ledge stone is on the left, are some of our oldest panels, but they still ring true in so many different environments, both commercial and residentially. Our Greystone Gold Estate Stone is a 8 by 18 panel. Those look like loose stones, but that's on a system that covers 1 square foot on a stainless steel mesh. And it goes up incredibly easy, just like a large format tile. Some spalted oak travertine on the bottom of both tiles and panels. It looks like wood. It actually is natural stone. As you look at these pictures, this happens to be our Berkshire buff shadow stone. We look for lines and spaces in this picture where the installation went wrong. Our panel is a square 6 by 24, and so many times you hear people talk about Z's, but if the tolerances are tight, no different than a rectified porcelain tile, what you're gonna have is a beautiful installation with the goal of having a seamless installation, and that's really what you can accomplish with a little bit of forethought. We don't just pull them out of the box, but to put them on the wall and be able to enjoy that space. That's done from our friends at C-Space Interiors. They've specified our stone many times. If they're on, thank you. The ability to have a stone tested, not a species that is acceptable for outside, but a stone that's tested for ASTM freeze thaw, and that encompasses about 10 different ASTM tests and qualifications and standards underneath there. The stone on that fireplace is our white birch ledge stone. It's a limestone. It comes in many different formats, from split face to hone to tiles to hearths to wall caps, and you can use it outside. You can use it in wet areas, and it works wonderfully inside too as well. Here's another example of it on the inside. One thing you'll notice is the design solutions that we have with our pictures. There is a corner there with a short return, and you're able to accomplish that corner and make it look tight, make it look finished, not something, if it was on a commercial job, wouldn't make the punch list with spaces, with our two options, a two-piece corner or a natural in that's variegated. And I'll show you a picture of those in a little bit. But the biggest thing to notice is that you're able to accomplish it and what it looks like at the end. Some terracotta from the earth tones. Not a bad view out that window. This happens to be our pewter. That's not a 90-degree corner, but they were able to miter that stone and make a tight fit because our stones stay together so well on the wet saw. They don't fall apart when we're actually trying to manage and cut, and the expectations put on them can be realized on the wall. This is a wonderful and actually a really old installation. It's a quartzite. It's a midnight sky, which is a very durable stone. It can be used inside or outside. Sometimes you don't want to hide the panels. What you notice here is this is turned vertically, and they've taken those 24-inch long panels and used the seams as a focal point in the design of this fireplace. Really one of my favorites. This is in Canada. I think this was like a lottery giveaway house, and they've got columns to match it too. So no matter where you go, if you take a picture back in this house, there's columns that actually, the lines of those stones horizontally every 24 inches mimic that, and it gives a wonderful sight line and a great feel to the room that you don't even realize that you're experiencing. How about a cold Goose Island and a Chicago rooftop? This happens to be a bar in Chicago with some of our latte honed, and another nice example of a wonderful tight corner where there's it doesn't look unfinished or hobbled together. Just a simple fireplace with our New York blue. Let's stay home, said the governor. Another bar top in rooftop in Chicago, where the stone, our midnight sky, once again, is not only turned vertically on some aspects of that fireplace, but it's also turned horizontally. And there's some other parts where they actually cut the stone into smaller pieces and turned it several different directions. This is our Sierra Shadow. Through the years, one of our largest selling products because of its neutral, tan, creams, beiges, and grays, and its durability to perform inside and outside. Wonderful corners there. I feel like we saw that. Here's another demonstration of where they took the stone and they didn't make it as random, even though there's a very tight finish. And this actually would point to an installation question. If I look to the very left of that picture, I can see a seam every 2 panels. And what I would say is when you're specifying, if you're a specifier or a showroom or even a DIYer, you need to have a random running bond or a minimum of a running bond on 30%. So we're not, even though there's an incredibly tight fit there, we are picking up where it hits. Still a wonderful installation. It looks beautiful. The dark stone lends to that too as well with the lighting. This happens to be a product that's limited available. It's one of our biggest requested products, but because of the unique nature, and it has a wonderful story. All stone comes from the ground. This comes from a very remote region in Mexico. We currently don't have any inventory right now, but just the challenge to get it and the beauty of it and the demand for it. So coming soon. We've flirted around with it a little bit, but coming soon, and we're working through the challenges of getting stone from all around the world in different quarries with different cultures, and this happens to be one of them. Our white birch honed ledge stone. Really, this picture doesn't do justice to the grains and the veins that you find in this. And it works wonderfully with grays and blues, and I've even seen it matched up with reds. This is the white birch again on a fireplace in a hospitality, and this is a real close example of a corner. I've got a chat. Let's see what's going on. I missed it. Chat. Why can't I get the chat, Jen? I can't see it. Oh, well. I'm going to stop my share real quick. See our time, 12:23. I'm going to show you a corner. That was a wonderful close-up. This is a great example of our 6x24 stone. Not only is it extremely tight, this is a two-piece corner. It actually comes in a box this way. It's mixed and matched. This is a married piece. You would pull it out this way because we've ground the back. You can see that it actually looks a little bit different to fit together and minimize the overhang. The end result is a fast install that looks wonderful. You can also accomplish inside corners too as well. So whether it's a backsplash or a commercial bump out, there's a design solution there too for you. This happens to be 9 rows of stone in a 6-inch rise. If I was to hold the back up to the camera, you can see very little glue on the back, and you'll never, it's so rare that see glue on the face of the stone. If you do, call your rep, because that is not something that's tolerable to us from an aesthetic standpoint. And then on the back, it's even important, sometimes more important, not to have glue on the back of the stone because you want a stone to mortar installation. So that's so very important. Easy to put together, accomplish those corners very quickly. We do have a natural end. Let me grab that. Someone's bamboozled the natural end. I'm sorry. So the natural end has a variegated end like this that goes all the way up the edge of the panel. And what you're able to accomplish there is a butt joint. And what I mean is if you have a very short return, you will be able to butt it just like that. You would have a limited waist. You're able to do columns of different sizes. You're even able to do flat wall terminations in kitchens and backsplashes, which is wonderful. As I run my finger across the top of this panel, it's perfectly smooth. I can't feel that there's a difference in height, and if there was, and you see that on almost every one of our competitors, you'd start to get a gap that would increase in size. And I'm kind of passionate about the quality of the panel because the end result is not the end result that you want if these things aren't played into the panel. The other corner that we have, and I talked about a stainless steel system on the estate stone, is this. This happens to be our estate stone corner. This is a fixed corner, but it looks like a full bed. On the back is stainless steel mesh. This is one of our fastest growing product lines, commercially and residentially. It's easy to install for the homeowner, and it's even easier to install for the professional installer. And that's what a panel looks like. Every one is completely different. It's natural stone, so it's not going to fade. It's not going to chip and be able to see what's on the inside, which is concrete. It goes up incredibly easy. And even though it's random, it's completely smooth on the top, so we get the same quality of seamless on the wall when we're done. And that's one of the biggest things that we talk about. Completely ASTM tested for freeze thaw, can be used in wet areas. The stainless steel mesh is solid, so it makes it easy to install. It stays together like a large format, and is also not going to rust or corrode if moisture is introduced to it. A lot of our competition has mesh that's coated or plated, and if you cut it, that rust is going to come through, just like efflorescence. It will, because there's always water and moisture in and out of a installation. So it's a gorgeous Mexican marble. We look so forward to having you back in stock later. Thanks, Jen. Okay, share my screen. Thanks, Susan. This happens to be one of our Mexican stones. So it's wonderful when we understand the regions and the culture and the relationships we have getting the stones. It's more than just a commodity to us. There's families that are behind producing, quarrying, and we love that story. And the innovation that they have in other countries for stone is sometimes wonderful. This is the University of Illinois head football coach's office. And what we've done here is we've taken a large stone, 36 inches, and carved an eye out of it. We've also taken the stone and we've put it into tiles on the bottom part of the fireplace. It's a see-through fireplace. And this happens to be specified by one of our reps, Linda, who works in Denver. She's also done the Michigan State Varsity Athletic Room where it says Spartans. You'll find that in our literature too. So when we talk about customization and the ability to offer unique situations on stone, one of the most valuable things that we see trending is the ability to package stones together, whether it's mosaics or letters, or we have the ability, if you wanted to put the profile of your face on a large stone, we could do that. And we could put it right on your fireplace. So, but matching those stones up with the tiles and the customization is pretty cool. And we're proud to be on the University of Illinois Fireplace. Go Illini. Very clean looking room. The white birch limestone lends itself and really takes on the personality of the colors around it a lot of times because of its very intrusive nature. This happens to be our Nero honed. Beautiful. It looks wonderful. I used to think that this was a very busy stone, but when you put it up and you step away from it, I've seen it work outside on enormous commercial buildings as well as inside on fireplaces. It also comes in tiles, which is very dramatic and has a wonderful feel to it too, as well as the ability to customize that. Another example of wonderful corners that go together. You can actually see those corners. Very contemporary looking fireplace. Little outdoor fire pit. Happens to be a travertine. You can see the pits in the stone, but still a product that's for the outdoors as well as the indoors. Some of our mosaics, these are basically square foot panels, but they're from the same stone and quarries as some of our ledge stones, so we're able to match those up. One of our neutral colors, another installation by Carla at Sea Space Interiors. And if you're a designer on here and you've specified our stone, we'd love to feature you. And we'd love to do feature sheets, and Jordan and Grajna and our marketing department would love to send those out. So please get in touch with us. We love to have those types of relationships with you. Here's an example of some of our honed marble with a product that we call Tempered. And Tempered was designed in conjunction with Aaron Adams. It's not heat rated. It has to be an ambient temperature because it is a natural stone with a resin cover. But if you're able to have an ambient temperature, treat it no different than a TV on a fireplace, you're able to accomplish beautiful installations. And we see it used commercially as well as residentially. The product's so popular that we've got some more colors coming out in the next quarter, so look for those. We've got about 14 colors, including some leather products too. Tried and true, our Midnight Sky quartzite stone. Now here's an example where they didn't use our corners. It looks like they used them on the return, but on the front edge, it's a perfectly smooth cut. And maybe that's what they wanted, but you can't accomplish a jagged edge there with a natural end, or you could do a return there with a corner. Some of our gray charcoal. And then many times we see our tiles 6 by 24, 12 by 24, and some of our stones we have 8 by 18, as well as hearthstones and wall caps. The Berkshire stone comes in a honed, a shadow panel, a ledge stone, as well as an estate stone, and then the tiles on the side of that, and the 12 by 24. This happens to be our birch in 12 by 24 tiles and 12 by 24 split face ledge stone. You can actually see the vertical veining in the product. You can see the graining. A very simple 6 by 24 tile corner fireplace installation. "12 by 24 limestone tiles, all natural, including the skull of the, what is that? It's some sort of, that's a jackalope, I think, isn't it? They've turned the 6 by 24 tiles vertically here. This happens to be one of our distributor's daughters and husband's apartment. They installed it themselves because the tolerances were so tight, they were able to do that and go vertically with it. You can grout that or not grout it. Our Portugal line is a wonderful line that comes dimensional. We stock it dimensional. You also have the option to do smooth, but it's got different finishes. 3 stones put together, 4 of these equal 1 square foot, and you're able to do a whole host of installations with this product, like herringbone. And you can turn that herringbone up and down or different directions. That one points and goes from left to right. Our estate stone, we talked about earlier, and I showed you a couple examples. There's the colorways that we have, and we've got some more products and sizes in this product coming out in the near future. And there it is on a home in Orlando, Florida. This is an illustration of how great that corner looks, as well as what they've done is taken some of the stone pieces apart and they made a design portion over the top of the fireplace. Gray stone gold once again. And here's the Berkshire buff. This is Greystone Gold in Las Vegas in the Home Builders Association Home of the Year. And we are proud to be part of that project. This is a zero impact house as far as energy. Has a beautiful setting, but we're proud to be on that 2-sided fireplace and those corners of that are wonderful. And the company that installed it loved it so much that the general in that company's got it now, and he had leftover stuff and he wanted to buy more and use it on his own house. Here is a honed black limestone. This is a cream Alicio. Our Berkshire buff and an estate stone from Lori Wiles design. Beautiful white. These are our antique wood panels and hive tiles. I'm going to stop the share. Real quick, I'm going to pan our camera to the right. This is a wonderful example of the hive installed. It's 90% marble dust, 10% resin. It was designed by Giovanni Barbieri, well known in the tile industry for designing lots of different products. He loves hexagons and octagon type shapes. Not only does this product come from a stone mold, but it also comes in a wood finish. The wood finish has such a realism to it because it's made from a natural hickory mold that it's got depth, wormholes, but the important part about it is it's UV stable, it's zero porosity, so you can use it in a wet area, you can use it outside, you can use it in freeze-thaw climates too. So that was so popular and so requested that the ability to use on fireplaces as well as outside, we hit it. Well, it was there last week.
You looking for, Kevin?
I was just looking for in the panels.
Okay, I'll find one for you.
A voice from above. Yay. All right. So the panels have corners and they're made up of the same robust marble dust and resin that the hive is. And what you're able to accomplish is some pretty cool installations, commercially and residentially. Some folks like to take this and just go wall to wall. Here's some of the panels. These come in about a 2 square foot section, and you're able to put those together. There's the natural wood hive with an octopus. And then our reclaimed wood panels. Our reclaimed wood panels come from China and Indonesia and come in a whole host of beautiful, unique. While we try to keep them consistent, there is an inconsistency beauty to the natural wood. We have colorways of stains, but we have natural, multi, and the reclaimed wood dark panel. We're Realstone Systems, but this has been an innovative venture for us and well received in commercial and residential projects alike. They come in about, it's a 2 square foot panel approximately too as well. Here it is installed vertically. So take a very rustic product and make a project contemporary. Our Alicio 3D comes out of the same part of the world as that I for the University of Illinois Coach's Office. These are 24 by 24 panels. Very dramatic. These are the colorways that we stock. However, if you wanted the black Barjan tile in the straight line of the quadro to the right, we could do that with the appropriate amount of lead time. There's a lot we can do with these stones and these product lines. And there it is on the wall. The Sahara. Here it is cut down to work on this fireplace and the stones too. Folks, that concludes our presentation today. If you'd like any of these images, if you'd like any samples, I'd like to, hey, if you'd like to have lunch, we'll wear our mask, give us a call. Thanks for joining us. Please look to our website and our emails. We've got a CEU next week, and we'll have more product presentations in the future. So every week on Wednesdays. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to spend time with you. Appreciate your time.